beautiful Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details and I will never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your monthly reading for July. I do apologize, it's slightly in delay, but of course, the energy is good for the whole month. So let us see what is coming out towards you. Now, in particular, your 11th house is starred at the beginning of the month. And that's all about your hopes and wishes, okay? So whatever you're focusing on, whatever you're dreaming of or manifesting, this is a very important time for you to reach those accomplishments, whatever it is you've set your intention on. Also, it's a time for focusing on friendships, networking if you're in business or you need to network for business, but you'll be spending a lot more time thinking about friends or reconnecting with friends. Social circles, you may even focus on reconnecting and getting out there to enjoy yourself and have a little bit more fun as the Sun card comes out. Okay, so also, okay, very explosive energy there. We've got the Magician card and we've also got the Lovers card. Now, also just to let you know, you may feel compelled to be on the internet a little bit more because your 11th house is all about the internet. So it can mean that you're looking for jobs online, or you do work online, or you're trying to build a career of working from home, for example, being your own boss, or you just be a little bit more focused on the internet as well, just so you're aware. Now, your 5th house is also starred, and that is your 5th house of creativity, the pursuit of pleasure. So this month in particular is all about, you know, following your heart's desire, but also accomplishing whatever it is you set out to do and enjoy yourself along the way. The pursuit of pleasure can connect to romance, of course. If you've got children, you know, going out and connecting with your children in a deeper way, having a lot of fun. Can also be connected to love affairs if you're looking for a new love, for example. I mean, you've got the Lovers there as well, so that's really connecting to your 5th house. But you will feel a little bit more creative than usual, a little bit more focused on, connecting to your authentic self and rejuvenating your energy in a creative way or a productive way. Now, we did have that new moon in Cancer, which is on the 29th of June. And that's all about turning your, it's turning inwards, connecting to your feelings, your intuitions, and it's also about healing any wounds that you may have experienced in the past. It could also be ancestral wounding or childhood wounding, acknowledging your path. Though it may have been difficult, you're releasing anything that has not been processed yet. This is also a time where the ancestors will be very close to you. So you'll be acknowledging your ancestors, those who've walked before, that have paved the path before you and for you, okay? So your guides and your ancestors will leave little gifts for you to let you know that they are with you as you move through the month. So look out for signs. We'll see if there's anything that comes up in particular that your guides and your ancestors want you to look out for as you move through the month. You may be looking for answers and they will help you with any questions that you have, and they will give you signs. So watch out for that in particular. Now, we also have a super full moon in Capricorn on the 13th of July, and that can be a bumpy ride. It's going to be a bumpy ride collectively for everybody because it's placed so close to the eruptive planet of Pluto, which can bring us, it can bring secrets to the surface, but it can also bring, it can be like surprise energy, but it may make you feel a little bit like frustrated. A lot of people, for example, if you're sitting in traffic, you're going to be a little bit more frustrated than usual. If you've been ignoring anything, it will amplify. So no matter how zen you've become over the last couple of years doing, personal growth work, you can feel a little bit frustrated during this time, just so you're aware. Now, also, of course, we have two wonderful alignments forming. One is the Jupiter and Venus. They are very closely connected, and that's all about love. Venus is all about love, care, devotion, and Jupiter, the planet of good luck and expansion, just before it retrogrades. So there is an opportunity for you to get an extra little bit of luck before that occurs. And also, of course, with every good alignment, we have a opposite alignment. I won't say negative alignment because it depends on how you approach this particular one. There's going to be a Mars-Pluto connection that sees a lot of angry, frustrated energy. Now, you can turn that energy around to focus it all on ambition or, trying to accomplish something, having that tenacity. So you can channel that energy into being productive or it being good, for example. But if you're wallowing in some sort of negative energy, then it will be amplified, just so you're aware. So trying to remain in a positive state of mind is important. Easier said than done, I know, but it is important during this particular month because it's about what you attract this month, okay? Now, it looks like you already know that because the Sun card is your protagonist energy. You're trying to remain positive, even in uncertain circumstances. I feel like you're gaining clarity as well. The Sun is all about the light, the truth. It's like a personal wisdom sort of revelation. You are becoming aware, awoken, as it were, towards, necessary growth that you've been experiencing, but also how to move forward on your path. I feel like, the Sun card is success. So it's not just about you focusing on your success, but it's mostly about you enjoying life as well. This is an exuberant card about happiness, about positivity, light. So especially since your 11th and 5th house are activated, this is about you enjoying yourself a little bit more, even though you've been working really hard recently, my beautiful Virgo. This is about connecting to the things that make you happy. Now, you may be having a goal or, some of you your goal may be about unity, coming together with people, because the Lovers card is all about union. It doesn't have to be about lovers or passionate encounters with people or your partner. It can mean about you attracting things that just make you vibe at a frequency that makes you feel good. So I feel like you're coming into some sort of balance and harmony in the month of July. As we move through into Leo season as well, I definitely see you sort of go off grid a little bit more to focus on your finances, focus on protecting your finances or creating a financial plan or strategy in some way in order to protect what you've already worked really hard for and how to capitalize on that. But the Sun indicates, as you can see in this particular deck, the Sun, there's a figure rising out of some sort of sorrow or some sort of disruptive energy where you may have felt like you've been going round and round in circles. You're being re-energized. You're actually finding that passion, that joy de vivre, that motivation after a period of feeling a little bit of a lull. You may have felt like you've been working really hard, but you may have also felt like you're in this waiting, this limbo stage, because in the limbo stage, we tend to make ourselves aware that we're learning lessons, and they are difficult lessons, but they are important all the same. But the Sun is your protagonist energy, so I feel like you are becoming aware of what makes you happy and what really doesn't. And you're removing all the situations, people, circumstances that you feel you've given your energy to, but it just doesn't give back in a positive way, or it doesn't make you feel good. So I feel like you're shining your wonderful light throughout the month of July in order to attract a lot of opportunity as well. Very creative time. You're very, very talented. You're very good at what you do, and you're going to be attracting more of the good stuff in the month of July. Okay, so your resistance position, this is any blockages. The Magician card, now of course, when we've got the 11th and the 5th house really amplifying the energy for you in particular, my beautiful Virgo, this is a time where you may feel like if you are connecting to friends, going out, having a lot of energy, having fun and pleasure and all of those things, you may feel like you lack a little bit of focus with regards to ambition or your career. So, the Magician card is saying remain in focus. The Magician card is also telling you that 11th house is very, very important of hopes and dreams and wishes, because the Magician is all about magnetizing or manifesting what you desire by using inspired action. So it's like this push and pull energy. You may feel like going out with friends, And of course you will be going out and enjoying yourself, but also it's make sure, you know, all work stuff is taken care of as well. You know, you may feel strong power or energy towards procrastination, or you may have felt like you've been procrastinating for a little while. Please don't shoot the messenger when I say this, but I feel like you're going to amplify your energy into a little bit more focus. You're going to gain confidence, more confidence in what you do. But this is a card of accomplishment, okay? This is a card of your will, your ability, and remaining focus with precision on what it is you want, what makes you happy. So I feel like you're going to initiate, you know, your energy or your ability, your skills, your commitment to your goals and dreams, and accomplish them. This is a very strong manifestation period. There's something magical about you in the month of July, where things start to sort of just, it's almost like you think about something and it shows up. You don't have to force it, okay? So just remember that energy, that you are in control, and they're just showing me how talented you are, you know, how good you are at what you do. You're building your skills. The more you do it, the better you become at it. But I feel like you're taking the initiative to attract something in particular in July. Now this could be a work opportunity, or it could be a new love. It could be love in general if you're looking for love, because the Lover's card is your outcome energy. This is your overall fated energy. I'll read the details now in a moment with the Celtic cross, but the Lovers is about whatever it is you're trying to attract. You are magnetizing it towards you. Also, the Lover's card is a pursuit of pleasure card. So as I said, you're going to be enjoying yourself a little bit more. It's going to be a little more harmony, bonding with people, friends that you haven't seen for a while, and of course, romance. So whether you're with somebody or not, I feel like you will be in a bit of a romantic kind of mood where you want to have fun. Or if you're looking for love, you put yourself in a position to find somebody new, or you're attracting someone at the same frequency as you. This could also be, if you're in a relationship already, it's about you deepening your connection with that person, more passion, more sensuality, and bonding on a deeper level. But the Lover's card at a grassroots is a choice card. So this may be you making some decisions about what to focus on and shine your energy and your light onto those things. And anything that's not important, you're just like leaving it by the wayside. Because what's the point? Life is too short for you to be focusing on petty squabbles or anything that really doesn't enhance you or advance you, okay? So very important messages from Spirit there with the Lover's card. Also, the Lover's card is a card of oneness. You're going to find that when you're in situations with people, you're all on the same page. Things are vibing at a really wonderful frequency. So a lot of building lasting memories in the month of July and going forward. But you've got some choices. So whether you're looking for love, I feel like you've got choices. You will have choices. As I said, we'll go deeper and find out. If it's career you're looking at, ambition, the Sun card is all about ambition as well, and Magician card is about manifesting and attracting opportunities your way. You're going to match the frequency of what you want, and it's going to show up in your world. So I feel with the Sun card, you're getting clear on what you want. You're being very concise with the universe. You're making a decisive decision that this is what I want, and I will not settle for anything less because I deserve the best. Okay, so really positive energy headed your way for the month. Let's see the details for you. We got the Hangman. So yeah, either you've been feeling like you've been procrastinating, or you've been waiting, or you've just been in this limbo period. The Hangman is your current position, okay? And this is, we've got the Queen of Swords, as in for your advice to yourself of what to do with regards to this energy. So I feel like you're getting ready, or you're preparing yourself for something. The Hangman is a card of wait and watch. So you may be looking at world events, for example, and waiting for the right opportunity to move jobs or change something with regards to your personal outlook on your circumstances. The Hangman is a very interesting card because it's the card of sacrifice. And Virgo, you sacrifice a lot of your time, your energy, and your care for the things that matter in your life and the people that matter. Now, you're very discerning about the energy that you keep and the energy that you spend on things. So you are already acutely aware that some situations actually require your attention and your time, and others really do not. And you're really good at sort of being honest with yourself and saying, no, that's just not necessary drama, so I'm just going to push it to the side. But with the Hangman energy, the Hangman puts himself or herself on the tree of life to reflect. So in order to gain knowledge. So you may have been doing a lot of reflecting on what you've achieved so far, what you want to achieve, going forward, what knowledge you're building, because this is, I see the Hierophant here as your blockage energy, which means there's an energy of rebellion here. Like, for example, I feel like you're doing things differently. I feel like you're learning new skills of how to do what you already do in a different way so that you stand out when it comes to elevating your career, for example, or you are finding a way to connect to higher powers or your higher source in order to influence your journey in a more positive way. So I feel like some of you may be educating yourselves, getting new skills. Maybe you're even becoming a mentor because you've got a lot of knowledge. You actually have so much information in that wonderful super computer of a brain of yours. And I feel like you're using it in order to move forward on your path. Now, some of you may have taken some time out to think about what to do next, because we actually have the Hangman and we've got the Hermit right here as well. So this is a period of reflecting on some questions that you need answers to. Also, the Hangman is a card of changing perspective in order to manifest new opportunities. And so you, for example, you may have been given an opportunity or you're trying to go for an opportunity and you recognize in order to grab this new thing in your life, you need to sacrifice something else. So whether you're going for a new job or career, you have to sacrifice the old one. But your guides want you to be aware of, you're not sacrificing. It is not a sacrifice. It is actually a learning curve. Even if you're moving into a new sector, for example, you may have always done an office job and then suddenly you want to be your own boss and you're setting up an entrepreneurship. You're not giving up on one thing. You're using your innate knowledge to inform the next part of your journey. You're realizing that some things are just not vibing with you or not working for you anymore, and it's okay to let those things go. You're not giving up on something. You're actually using the knowledge that you've built in that area to inform a new path. So they want you to be aware of how much knowledge you have, how much learning you've been doing. And this is a month of really holding true to a vision, not giving up on something. I mean, you got the Lovers again. That's the external environment. So whatever it is, the choices that you have, you're making the right choices for you and your heart. You're following your heart. Now, the Hierophant is a crossing energy. So I feel like with this card, it's a card of you working within a set of guidelines that have been quite rigid. So if you've been working in an environment that has a lot of strict rules, for example, I feel like you are standing out from the crowd. You're being noticed by the hierarchy because you do things differently and you're vibing, to your own tune. I feel like you're not actually following the crowd. You're not a people pleaser, my beautiful Virgo. Also, with the Hierophant, I feel if you're setting up your own business, I feel like people who are in the same industry as you are going to be watching you rise or keeping an eye on you because they see that actually you have a lot of skills. You're very bold. You're kind of got this unstoppable perseverance about you that when you set your intention to do something, you accomplish it. You don't stop until you accomplish it. Also, the Hierophant, I feel some of you are going to really connect to spiritual practices a little bit more. You're going to really connect to source. Some of you may be looking at teaching as well, going into teaching, or you are a mentor, you're helping people in some way. But your guides in particular, they want you to be aware that even though you may feel a little bit in limbo, have faith. Everything is working behind the scenes for you in divine timing. So whatever it is, I feel like this is a very spiritual month for you, a very philosophical month for you, where you're not taking your foot off the pedal when it comes to work, but I feel like you're starting to go, okay, I need to enjoy myself a little bit more, okay? That's the 11th and 5th house influence for you. Now, the Hierophant is also about the knowledge. There's something here about, I'm just getting the sentence of ignorance is bliss. Because you know so much, my beautiful Virgo, because you are aware of so many things going on in the world and in your immediate circumstances, you have so much knowledge, you're so informed that it can lead to overthinking or anxiety. So I feel like there's part of you is like, I wish I didn't have this thirst for knowledge. I wish I didn't, because ignorance is bliss. Some people, they are acutely aware of only their own circumstances and they're not aware of anything else. And they seem to be happier because they're just bumbling through life. And that's not how your genetic makeup is. You are someone who has a thirst for knowledge. You source out information. You are like, you plan your life 3 or 4 stages ahead of the game. You're the sort of person that you can pick up the undercurrent of human psyche because you're really good at reading body language and certain situations and things like that. So you're always aware of the undercurrent of life, and it leads to overthinking. It leads to you like sometimes having burnout. So please, 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 especially with the Hangman energy and the Hermit energy, it's suggesting, you know, sometimes it's okay to have a rest. The world is not going to come crumbling down if you give yourself a bit of a break and just breathe. Okay, enjoy yourself a little bit as well. And now, most of the Virgos that I know, they enjoy themselves really well. They work hard and they play hard, but sometimes they work harder in order to compensate. It's almost like they have a bit of a guilt thing sometimes after a long period of like not focusing 100% on work. They just allow themselves to enjoy themselves for a little bit. They almost like have a go at themselves and launch themselves back into work for a long period of time. They go off grid. So just be mindful that, you know, have compassion for yourself is what they're giving me. Now, Five of Wands is a card of training. So some of you will either be compelled to go back to college or learn courses online in order to enhance your training. The Five of Wands can be a card of conflict as well. If there's been some sort of drama in your life, whether it's to do with your personal life, your family, friends, or whether it's to do with work, you're withdrawing from that. You're deciding to be positive and not involve yourself in these petty squabbles. Five of Wands, though, is a card of challenge, of being tested. And I feel like you are, you're passing the test, basically. But it's almost like you skip a stage because you go from the Five of Wands to the Seven of Wands. So you've missed out the stage where you actually celebrate your victory. You've missed out the stage where it's almost like your hard work sometimes just goes unnoticed. The Six of Wands, because that's the card that's missing when you see the steps in your journey, especially in July, I feel like there is a victory here that is very hard won, that you accomplish, but it's almost like it goes under the radar. Now, either you are keeping it to yourself, it's a personal victory, or whether it is, you know, you're just on to the next project. There's just this energy of you skipping a step. I hope that makes sense. Now, it could be that you're at work, for example, and you've been recognized for what you do and you've won an award, or you've got some really good news, but it's almost like your good news is put to the sideline while you actually focus on something else. Give yourself time to enjoy your accomplishments, because you're always like setting new tasks or new goals for yourself. You tend to skip the stage where you're like, yeah, I did a good job and I should be proud of myself, because you're always just on to the next. You're rolling forward all the time. Now, also the Five of Wands is creative brainstorming. So I do feel like you're going to be, as I said, very creative this month, you know, really connecting to new ideas, because that fifth house of creativity and the pursuit of pleasure, enjoying what you do. The Five of Wands, sorry, they just showed me something in the water, which I will give you in a moment. The Five of Wands is like, you know, having lots of diverse ideas, them coming from left field and exploring what they have to offer. So you may think, like, for example, there's a far-fetched idea that comes into your head that you're like, well, that's pretty crazy, it's pretty out there, but everyone else is like, it's pretty like unique and brilliant, and you are like a genius for this idea, and you're like, oh, I didn't see myself like that. So I feel like honor your ideas. Nothing is ever to be wasted. You're given ideas for a reason. You're given like hunches and things like that. So please honor them. This is also a card of kind of like opening up to new people. So for example, if you are looking for love, you may meet someone who's very different to the person that you envisaged yourself being with. You know, it may be that you're honoring differences in this month, where you're like, okay, normally I go for this sort of person and it doesn't tend to work out in the way that I hoped. Now you're opening yourself up to someone very different from you, has a different lifestyle than you, and is not what you imagined. So I feel like you're letting go of like a list that you may have had, like a criteria of, but it's even better. The person that comes in is even better. It's someone who challenges you in the right way, in the positive way. You raise each other up, and there's a lot of love, devotion, passion, and they're just different. And I feel like you're taking a different route. Everything I see about your energy in July is you are doing things differently because you want a different outcome. You're following your heart. You may have had a head over heart battle in some areas of your life or most areas of your life, but now you're letting your heart lead the way. And it may feel a little bit like exhilarating, but also anxious. But I feel like you're headed in the right path. In the past position, we got the Four of Pentacles. You're building a solid foundation. You've built it. Now you're allowing yourself to explore other options. Okay, I feel like you've worked really hard. This is a card of control as well. So part of me is seeing this energy of you releasing control in some areas of your life, just to see where things go. And it's only because of that influence from the 11th and 5th house. You're gaining financially. I feel like you've been focusing a lot on your career, and there is a goal here, the Seven of Wands. You're not giving up on something. You're persevering on something that is a passion for you, and you're pushing through any obstacles. But you may have taken some time out to really just think about it. What's the next path? How do I find an alternative route to get to where I want to go? The goal is still the same, and you achieve the goal, but it's all about finding the path that brings the most enjoyment and most knowledge. Okay, I feel like it's the most knowledge for you. Now, I definitely feel like there's some sort of award being given to you. In the water, they were showing me an image, because I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading. They're showing me an image of a harp. You know, the musical instrument, a harp. So now harp came up, I think a couple of months ago for another sign, perhaps, may have even been for your sign, and maybe it's resurfacing, I'm not sure. But definitely I've seen a harp before in the scrying, but they're showing me it as a symbol for you in the next couple of weeks. Look out for that, because there is some sort of news or something being offered to you in the month of July, and a harp is symbolic of something dreamy. I just feel it's something dreamy headed your way. It could be a new job opportunity, a dream opportunity of a lifetime. It could be a relationship, whatever it is you are focusing on, because the Sun and the Magician is all about your focus, where you're shining your light. That is the thing that is headed your way. You may see this harp on a billboard. You may see it on a poster. You may see it on a brooch, someone's brooch, or you may see it on a tattoo. I mean, you may literally be listening to this reading and someone is giving you like a little figurine of a harp that you've got there. I mean, if you're really lucky and spectacular human, you may know how to play the harp, and you may have a harp literally in your vicinity. So look out for that. It's a signifier. They're showing me as a signifier. It's all about vibrations, these wonderful vibrations that are headed your way in July. Now, they're also indicating with that Four of Pentacles that you're opening up to abundance. Now, in the potential position, we got Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands indicates that you're at your personal best. So, for example, if you are putting yourself in a position to go for a new opportunity in business, there's competition, right? Five of Wands is also a card of competition. The Seven of Wands says you're above the competition. You're better than the rest. Okay, you're simply the best. They're just giving, I love Spirit. Sometimes they're just giving, I love their humor, because now they're playing Tina Turner, Simply the Best. That's the song that they're playing for you right now, okay? Simply the best, better than all the rest. That's what there's, I do apologize, I don't sing, so that's why I'm sometimes sound like a robot trying to actually give you the lyrics of the song. But that's what they're playing right now. This could also be a symbolic song for you. You may hear that song just before you get some really good news, or you may have heard it just before this reading. It ties in with the reading. So it's like, for example, you'd be walking down the street and someone passes in their car and that song is playing on their radio, and you're like, oh, the song. That's the song that connects to Baba's reading. And this is all about things coming your way that are headed your way. They're really positive. You're attracting really great situations into your life. But also, if you've got questions, because the Lover's card is a choice card, if you've got options, this is going to help you. There's going to be some moment where you have like an epiphany that helps you make the right decision for you. The Seven of Wands is all about success, not conforming, having inspired solutions to any situations that you've been weighing up recently as well. Also, if anybody is not happy with the path that you're on, you are releasing the temptation to argue with them or challenge them. You're just doing you, and you're recognizing that you're marching to the beat of your own drum. You're not a people pleaser, and you're living life on your own expectations and on nobody else's, okay? Seven of Wands says that if you've been going through a test, you're passing the test with flying colors. And I feel the Seven of Wands is also a card of self-confidence, building self-confidence. Now, some of you can be like, if, for example, someone challenges you in a way, I feel like you defend yourself in a really perfect way. Also, I feel like you could be defending your finances or protecting your finances by shuffling things around, making sure they are in establishments or institutions that you feel are safe. And I feel like you are just reshuffling. That's what I feel. Reshuffling, but also doing things differently for you. I just feel like this is, you're doing things in a different way in the month of July. It's almost like you're testing yourself as well. You're pushing your boundaries. And I feel like whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, you actually attract the right thing that is for your heart space. In the near future, we got Ace of Pentacles. So if you're looking for a job, whether you have one or not currently, I feel like there is an opportunity coming your way that is successful. I mean, successful application, but also successful interview, getting the job, and more money. This is an opportunity that is coming towards you. Also, this is the start of fortune, okay? So I feel like there's new money headed your way. Could also be in the form of a raise, promotion, could be an investment opportunity, but it definitely means that there's income in the near future that is going to elevate you in some way, and it's quite a surprise. But I feel like this opportunity, you pounce on it and you grab it with both hands, okay? For those of you who are looking for love, I feel like there is a start of something that is solid, something that will go the distance, someone who is invested right from the beginning in terms of the heart space. And if you're already in a relationship, I do feel like you are deepening your commitment with this person and gaining more knowledge about them, learning about them. I feel like there's a bit more of a spiritual connection between you and your person in the month of July, where things just, you seem completely in sync. Maybe after a period of, if you've been going through a little bit of squabble recently, or a little bit of arguments recently, or feeling frustrated, I feel like you're honoring each other's differences and finding that middle ground, okay? You're not taking advantage of each other, or taking each other for granted rather than taking advantage of each other. I feel I made a mistake there with that energy. I'm picking up more that you are not taking each other for granted, okay, rather than taking advantage. You would never be with someone who takes advantage of you. Now, also Ace of Pentacles is, I feel, it can be like a new opportunity or new job. You're setting up something from the very beginning. And you may have, for example, if you're setting up your own business, or you're setting up your own entrepreneurship, or maybe your own channel or whatever, I feel like you're learning from people who've already done what you are trying to do, but you're doing things differently. So I feel like you're learning like the bare bones of how to set up a business that you're wanting to do. You may have found a mentor or someone that you see is very, very successful in that arena, but you're putting your own personal original twist on it, and it makes you very, very successful. So very positive. It's going to be very lucrative in the future. And I feel this Ace of Pentacles brings you material gain. Okay, now again, as I said, you could be protecting your money and making sure that it's all working for you. But there's an opportunity, a gift being headed your way that is the start of really good fortune. Now, your advice to yourself in this moment is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is to look to the future, set healthy boundaries, be self-sufficient. And that's what I feel like you're doing. Some of you may be setting up second streams of income. There could be someone, I feel there's energy of you working in a job that brings in like a certain amount of money that is stable. And then you could be collaborating or setting up on your own to create another stream of income that actually helps line your pockets even further. Not out of greed, but out of security, because I feel like your base energy is security. How can I make my way and secure my future? That's what that Hangman, I feel like you're trying to gain knowledge. You're taking a pause to really see the sacrifices that you've been making, all the energy that you've been putting into situations, career, job, friendships, love situations. You're looking at all the energy that you expel and seeing if it is worth it. If it's been worth your time, whether you feel good in these situations or not. If there's a toxic environment that you've been working in, you're like, you know what, I don't like this anymore. I feel like you're finding ways to change things in order to enhance your enjoyment of what you do. Same with relationships. This card is a card of strategy. And I feel like you are being really honest with yourself. You're building yourself up to be very, very self-sufficient. And also, I feel like you're getting clear. So as I said here, this is your advice to yourself in this moment. You're taking some time out to get really clear on your journey, and you don't want to act in haste. So I feel like you're creating a plan. You're being very precise and straightforward about what you want, and you're being acutely honest and being authentic. Okay, so also it's about being in balance. Now, for example, if you are looking for love, I would say the Queen of Swords is a little bit closed off. A little bit closed off energy. Okay, so you may have gone through a separation in the past that really damaged your heart and hurt you. And you built a wall around your heart, and you took yourself out of the dating game for a while. There's the Hangman indicates a long pause to reevaluate circumstances. Now, this could have been a marriage that you were in, or it could have been a high-level commitment that separated in some way, and it's taking you time to heal. Okay, now you may have found it very, very challenging as you make your new path, but I feel like there's a new opportunity for love in the future. But because you're in a guarded energy, I would just be a little bit mindful of that. You may come across as a little bit direct or sharp because of previous experience. So if there's any baggage from the past, this new moon that we are all going through right now will help us process that. But also the super full moon in Capricorn amplifies feelings, and it all comes out in the wash. Also, I feel this is a time where you may be thinking about building healthier sort of boundaries and eating habits, sleeping habits, exercise routines. You may be in a cleanse or a detox period as well, where you're getting clear on making your body, mind, and soul purified, just to make space. Now we do have, of course, a Queen of Swords and a King of Cups here. So there's two people, excuse me. So either this is you and another thinking about going into business, or you and another in a partnership where one very much is very logical and leads with their mind, and the other one very much leads with their passion, their heart. I feel like both of you can find the middle ground, whether it is someone you work with or someone who you have in your family unit, or someone that you have fallen out with, or there's been some sort of separation. I feel like you will come together and you will find the middle ground. You will honor each other's differences and push through them, push past them in order to almost like restart again, if that makes sense. Now the external environment, of course, is the Lover's card, which is your fated energy for the month. Whatever it is you're attracting, it's going to show up for you in the month of July. This is a card of attraction, of union. So if you're looking for more passion, more enjoyment in life, it's coming in July. You may find yourself in positions where you network for business, or you are in social circles. This is a card of people coming together, unified energy, and having that oneness, that love for each other, that binds everybody together, that togetherness. So whether it's a relationship you're looking for, or a personal decision you have to make and you're trying to find answers, everything will show up in divine timing for you, okay? If you're looking for love, I mean, this is a very, very important month for meeting somebody. I feel, although there could be a choice when it comes to love, I actually feel like there's only one energy showing up for you at the moment in terms of love. So if you're looking for it, I do feel like there's one person coming on in. This person could have strong Scorpio, Libra in their chart. It doesn't have to be Sun, Moon, or Rising, but I feel like they've got strong influences, and they are very loving, but they're also very, very private. Okay, so this person, they will love and protect the union, but also they may be not difficult to get to know, because I feel like this person is going to be open-hearted, but I feel like they take a while to get to know someone before they let them 100% in. So they may have had some trust issues, or you and this person may have had a similar journey as well. Now, hope and a fear. The Eight of Swords is a hope and a fear position. Eight of Swords in the upright is definitely fear. It is about, fear of the mind, fear of, blockages, anxiety. So I feel with the Hangman energy, I feel the waiting is the fear. When things are like in the waiting stages or the waiting game, you may feel like things are not working for you, or you feel like it's challenging because you're the sort of person that you get busy living and get busy doing. You don't like to wait, okay? It's because you don't like to waste time, because you know and are aware, acutely aware of how important time is, and that we can never get time back. So you are a very sharp timekeeper when it comes to things that you are trying to connect to. So Eight of Swords, I feel like you're releasing freeing yourself up from any anxiety. You're actually escaping. For example, if you felt a lot of responsibility on your shoulders and you've been holding on to things, whether they are baggage from the past, or you've just been focusing and dedicating yourself fully to your career and not enjoying yourself, I feel like you're just letting your hair down a little bit more when it comes to the month of July. And it's just liberating, okay? I feel like new hope returns to you. Some of you may, for example, I'm not seeing cards of travel here, but I just get this movement. So some of you may think about booking travel, but you may feel like now's not the right time. It'd be more into August time. That's what I feel for you for travel. But I mean, some of you may have different placements, so you may decide to activate travel before then. I feel like with the cards, I feel like you're trying to find a healthy balance between work and play, whereas you have not found that recently. The outcome energy, we've got the Hermit. Okay, it says the alien there. So you may feel like you're outside of things with that Virgo energy. Sometimes you tend to be the person who's outside looking in. You're the observer, the watcher, because you build your world by absorbing information. And the Hermit energy is to sort of reflect. So I do feel like this is a very big month for reflecting, enjoying yourself a little bit more, and seeing where life kind of like influences you. I don't want to say take you, because I feel like you are taking yourself on the path that you want to go on, but I feel like you're opening yourself up to lots of other opportunities. The alien card, I feel, is about processing any hurt or reflecting on that weariness in life. So you may feel like, I actually feel there's a bit of a battle between your heart and it's almost like going out and withdrawing. That's what I feel. Your heart wants to go out and connect to lots of situations, have a lot of fun, but also you may feel compelled to stay in the home space to really process things and spend time on your own. So I feel like you're going to have that push and pull, especially at the end of the month. I feel like with the reflecting that you're doing, the enlightenment that you're gaining, I feel like you know where your heart is, where your heart wants, where your heart yearns to be, whether that's in your career or whether it's in relationships. I feel like you're giving yourself time to allow your heart to shout, to be heard over your mind. That's what I feel here. You've got a lot of charisma. You've got a lot of wonderful energy. You are very protective as well about the company you keep. And I feel like a lot of your friends may have missed you. So I feel like they're really going to be happy to see you as well if you haven't seen them for a while. Now, for some of you, you may be connected to a Scorpio energy. You may be wanting to reconnect with a Scorpio. We've got two energies here, Virgo, Scorpio. So you may have placements in that area. But if you are in love with a Scorpio, you may be deepening your commitment with that person, or meeting someone who has Scorpio with a little bit of Libra placements there. I feel like a lot of you are focusing on how to boss up in your career. Some of you are going to be stepping into leadership positions, a new job opportunity where you can elevate in your career, but it's also something that makes your heart swell with pride in the good sense, okay? You're very, very good leadership material, my beautiful Virgo. You're very sympathetic boss. You understand. You're very protective over the people who work with you and for you, and very supportive as well. So you'd be the perfect person to understand what is necessary of a leader. So either you're setting up on your own business and being that entrepreneur and letting your heart inform your decisions. There's more finances attached to that as well. Financially, there's going to be a lot of evolution in a very productive and positive sense. But I feel this is about you sort of letting your heart lead. Finding the gold is basically finding where your heart resonates and fitting in a way that you have not fit in before, because you may have always felt like you're on the sidelines looking in. I feel like you're a little bit more in the mix in July. Also, if you are looking for love, I feel like you're meeting someone who finally sort of shows up and gives you the love that you truly deserve and desire. Someone has a pure heart who wants to love all of you, and you want to love all of that person. You raise each other up. You understand each other's voices, whether it is spoken or unspoken. I feel there is a psychic bond between you and this person. And I feel like this person just helps you see that worry is just like not important when it comes to life. Okay? I feel like this is... it's about using your energy to amplify your career or amplify your human experience and enjoy it, rather than allow worry to rob you of energy that leaves you depleted, if that makes sense. So I really feel like a goal that you are focusing on, you're accomplishing it, you don't allow yourself to have any sort of celebration, but I feel like you will feel pride that you did what you did, and I feel like there's another opportunity coming your way that is more financially viable and speaks to your heart. You're releasing that anxiety, and whatever it is you're attracting, you're making a really good strategy to attract it. Okay, so I feel like you're on the right path. And I'm just going to get some final cards before I close your reading. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Now, right now, they're showing me, it's like, oh, I don't know, how would you call it? It's almost like a little like bun with currants or raisins in it. Sometimes I get food come through on the, it's like a scone or scone, however you say it. It's like one of those. And someone's eating that. That's what I see. So if that's you, there's something in this message for you. You could have just bought some. I mean, it's not like if you ate one of those like a year ago, it's not that at all. It's like in the now or in the recent moment. You may have just finished eating one just as you have come to this reading, or your plan was to eat one just after this reading. Or it could be that you meet somebody and they bring you for like cakes and stuff, and they have that as their order. So just, it may not resonate in the now, but it may resonate in the next 4 to 5 weeks. We've got horse freedom. You're freeing yourself up from responsibility. Of course, you're still responsible, but I feel like you're enjoying yourself a little bit more. And it says here, your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So definitely connects to that 11th house of hopes and dreams, but also you're freeing yourself up to find accomplishment in a more enjoyable way where you feel like you're not controlled. As I said, if you're working with an environment that restricts you or has lots of rules and regulations, you're finding ways to learn the rules in order to break the rules, to do things differently, to give yourself a little bit more time. So for example, if you are working for yourself, you may give yourself a little bit more time off. Or if you are deciding to work from home, trying to find a way to work from home, you may be working towards setting up your own business so you can be a little bit more your own boss and have free time, connecting to the internet, finding ways to work online and free up your time. So that may be something you're trying to structure into your day-to-day as well. I'm just going to go and get a ruin before I close. Okay, so we have the giant ruin. They show me this expelling energy, like everything amplifying. And this is thorn. So basically this is a protective energy. You are protective. You may be seeking counsel as well to help advance yourself in terms of your career or your personal circumstances. I mean, if you're retired, for example, you may be enjoying your retirement, finding more freedom, but also, being more resourceful with your money and trying to find ways to amplify your money as well. Maybe take on, I know in retirement, you may do things that are creative to earn a little bit more money on the side, but you're enjoying yourself. So it can apply to you whether you're in work or not. This is a ruin that connects to luck. Okay, and also to action, the start of something. So I feel like you are growing in your power and your confidence, and whatever it is you're attracting, it's showing up for you. They actually want me to put it on the Ace of Pentacles. So as I said, some of you are going to be protecting your money, trying to find ways of shuffling it around and putting it in institutions that you trust. And I feel like you are making more of the good stuff. That's what I feel for July for you, okay? I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Virgo. If it does, please like or I'll start again. Please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me too, okay? So just before I go, they're showing me a whip. A whip. So I can't imagine any of you are out there, with a whip as you're listening to this reading. But I mean, it can mean that you've been controlling yourself or trying to have control in some situation, or someone's been trying to control you in a situation. I feel like you're freeing yourself up from that. I mean, sometimes people, I'm not here to judge, but anybody who uses whips on animals can never be my friend. Let's put it like that. But it can mean that you are trying to learn something, whether you're going back to college or you're trying to be strict with yourself. So not unless you're actually buying a whip. It could be just that, okay? So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo. Love and light.